Hello, I'm Philip Ryan H. Pamelakan and I will discuss the importance of ethics in the field of engineering. Having an ethics is important because engineering has the direct impact on the society. The profession of engineering needs us to have the moral competence to provide the service with trustworthiness, fair-mindedness, value, and should be committed to the insurance of general well-being. And lastly, security. Being the engineering, we have the responsibility in our action. Thus, the fact our action can improve the development of computers and technology, it can also cause distraction and chaos. For an example, what happened in US government, NSA, that they have a program that can probe in every devices in their country. Yes, it is for the security of terrorism, but it is against the law to investigate without warrant. So to summarize it, we need to align our intention with the moral of humanity.
The Code of Ethics of the National Society of Professional Engineers is created to give a positive stimulus for ethical behavior as well as practical guidance and advice on engineers' essential and fundamental responsibilities. Engineers are required to uphold the highest levels of honesty and integrity as members of this profession. Engineering has a direct and significant impact on everyone's quality of life. So, they should follow according to the fundamental canons. Engineers must prioritize the public safety, health, and welfare when performing their professional duties. So first, they should hold paramount to safety, health, and welfare of the public. And the rules of this practice, engineers must tell their employer or client as well as any other authorities that may be required if their judgment is overruled in circumstances that jeopardize their life or property. Engineers must only approve engineering documents that meet acceptable standards and must not release facts or data or any information without the client's prior authorization unless the law or this code expressly authorizes or requires it, and must not allow their names or associates' names to be used in commercial partnerships with anyone or any company they feel is engaging in fraudulent or dishonest activity. Second, perform services only in areas of their competence. This include engineers should only embark on projects if they are qualified in the technical domains concerned, either through education or experience. Engineers must not sign any plans or papers that deal with the subject matter in which they are not knowledgeable, or any plan or document that is not developed under their direction and control, and may accept assignments and assume responsibility for the overall coordination of a project, as well as sign and seal engineering documents for the entire project as long as each technical segment is signed and sealed only by the qualified engineers who created it. So third, issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. So the engineers shall be objective and truthful in professional reports, statements, or any testimony, and may publicly express technical opinions based on knowledge and of the facts and competence in the subject matter. However, they shall make no statements, criticisms, or arguments on technical matters that are inspired or paid for by interested parties unless they have explicitly stated so. Fourth, act for each employer or client as faithful agents or trustees. The rules is engineers shall disclose all known or potential conflicts of interest, shall not accept compensation, financial or otherwise, from more than one party for services on the same project, unless the circumstances are fully disclosed and agreed to by all interested parties, and shall not solicit or receive any kind of valuable consideration, whether money or otherwise. Engineers serving in the public sector as members, advisors, or employees of a governmental or quasi-governmental body or agency are not permitted to vote on services sought or supplied by them or their organization in the private or public sector, as well as avoiding soliciting or accepting a contract from a governmental agency on which a principle is based, followed by avoid deceptive acts. Engineers must not fabricate their qualification or allow their associates' qualification to be misrepresented. They must not falsify or overstate their involvement or responsibility for earlier assignments. They must also not offer, contribute, solicit, or accept any donation to influence the award of contract by a public authority, whether directly or indirectly. Lastly, conduct themselves honorably, responsibly, ethically, and lawfully to enhance the honor, reputation, and usefulness of the profession.
Hi, I'm Emerson M. Gonzalez. I'm from COE 13 and I'm here to recite and discuss the engineer's creed. As a professional engineer, I dedicated my professional knowledge to the advancement and betterment of public health, safety, and welfare. I pledge to the utmost of performance to participate none but honest enterprise, to live and work according to the highest standard of professional conduct, to place service before profit, the honor and standing of my profession, before before personal advantage and public welfare above all other consideration. In humility, I make this pledge. Uh, in that pledge, you can see that engineers take their honor more than any other thing in this world, other than money and political shit. So engineer take more honor in their works. So that's all. Thank you.
Academic dishonesty is defined as student use of an authorized assistant with intent to deceive an instructor or other such person who may be assigned to evaluate the student work in meeting course and degree requirements. One example of academic dishonesty is, is plagiarism. Plagiarism is a type of cheating in which someone adopts another person's ideas, word design, art, music, and etc. without acknowledging the source. Next is fabrication. It involves the unauthorized creation or alteration of information in an academic document or activity. Next example is cheating. Cheating uses unauthorized information, material, devices, and sources in completing academic activities or quiz. The last one is sabotage. It involves disrupting or destroying another person's work so that the other person cannot complete an academic activity successfully. Conflict of interest. A conflict of interest occurs when an entity or individual becomes unreliable because of a clash between personal interests and professional duties or responsibilities. Such a conflict occurs when a company or person has a vested interest such as money, status, knowledge, relationship, or reputation, which puts into question whether their action, judgment, or decision making can be unbiased. A conflict of interest contract is an agreement between an employer and employee to set expectation and project both parties from conduct that can potentially lead to conflict. An example of conflict of interest is self-dealing. Self-dealing is type of conflict interest in the business world. It occurs when a management level professional accepts a transaction from another organization that benefits the manager and harms the company or the company's clients. And the next one is gift insurance. It's also a very common conflict of interest. It happens when a corporate manager or officer accepts a gift from client or a similar type of person. Companies normally circumvent these issues by prohibiting gifts from customer to individual employees. One example in real life is a financial advisor who knowingly advises clients to purchase financial products which are not in their best interest, too expensive, too risky, or not in line with stated goals, but which earn the advisor a bigger commission. Professional responsibility is area of legal practice that encompasses the duties of attorneys to act in a professional manner, obey the law, avoid conflicts of interest, and put the interests of client ahead of their own interests. One example of professional responsibility is being respectful. We won't all agree all the time, but disagreement is no excuse for disrespectful behavior. We will all experience frustration from time to time, but we cannot allow that frustration become personal attacks. Next example is don't harass. In general, if someone asks you to stop something, then stop. When we disagree, try to understand why. Differences of opinion and disagreement are mostly unavoidable. What is important is we resolve disagreement and differing views constructively. The last one is be considerate. We all depend on each other to produce the best work we can as a company. Your decision will affect clients and colleagues, and you should take those consequences into account when making decisions.